officially made it to South Manitou Island. T-minus 3 days until work starts back up, so I had to squeeze in one more trip. We've got about a 2.5 mile hike here in the woods, and then we'll reach the shipwreck. If you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you'll know that this was the very first video I posted with no audio, just some music, and it was with Coop and Adam. So recreating the same path we took.
Hey guys, we're back on the trails. This is our channel now. My Trout on the Trails takeover.
This is my second time on the trails. Here it's a hard one ahead.
We're scared, but we're excited.
Let's see if we can do it.
How do I end it, babe?
Let's go.
Get this thing.
So on our right here, we're passing Florence Lake, which is the only inland lake found on South Manitou Island. We just made it out to the clearing where you can see the shipwreck, the wreck of the Marazin, I think. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but this is, I remember this view from last time, just coming out of the woods and just the open water and the shipwreck. So now we got kind of a steep descent down to lunch and then some snorkeling.
What in the world is this? You're almost there.
That's steep, dude. I had a moment where I was like, let me just try to run a couple, and that's when I
got exfoliated the whole way down. Look at my, I can't feel.
Look at my leg.
You can see, the video doesn't do it justice, but super steep sandy hill coming from the top there. But that's how you get down to here, and then we'll be on the shoreline the rest of the day. So we're gonna eat some lunch and take a little swim out to the wreck. So for lunch, we've got some caprese salads and just brought a mini bottle of balsamic glaze to put in it, so you can kind of put however much you want it. Eat it with a fork. Nice fresh meal for the first day. We're getting ready to begin our adventure out to the shipwreck. I recommend, if you come to do this, life vest, because it's quite a bit of swim and then you can kind of just hang out there. And the big reason I recommend the snorkels is because it smells like bird crap out there because all the birds on the shipwreck.
News to us.
So these life vests are sweet because you can blow them up and deflate them when you need. But we'll see you guys out there. All right. Oh, big one. Big one, big one. We got some big waves out here, dude. This is way bigger.
This is a great vacation.
I'm not swimming in their poop party.
A nice swim and a good lunch, and now it's just us in the shoreline for about 7 or 8 miles. I couldn't call it exactly, but it's crazy. This whole beach bar is just full of zebra mussel shells. Like, you can't even see the sand in some parts. It's just a layer of shells. We started here earlier, then we had lunch here at the wreck of the Mrazin, and then we're somewhere along these perched sand dunes. So we got a long stretch of sand dunes, and then we'll turn a corner, turn another corner, and we'll be at Popple Campground. This is definitely by far the hardest way to get to Popple Campground.
But it's the most beautiful.
That's for
sure.
We crossed our first bend, which was that long stretch on the dunes, and then we've got another little stretch here, and then another bend, and then we'll be at Popple Campground. So Matt from the National Park Service here says that it's 10 miles around the whole island via the shoreline. So we're only going about halfway, plus we cut off like a mile at the beginning, so I think it's really only 4 or 5 miles from the shipwreck. It just feels like a lot because you're just walking on sand the whole time. So over there in the distance is North Manitou Island, which is way bigger and less inhabited than South Manitou. But lately the ferry's been closed to get there. I think they're redoing the dock, so you either have to take a private boat or seaplane or something over there. But hopefully when that dock reopens, we'll get over there and test it out. Maybe do a multi-day trip around the island.
Oh, that's it.
Hurts.
We made it.
We made it to Popple. Only 2 campsites are left, so we got one of them. Not right by the water, which kind of sucks, but we're gonna get some food going here and then maybe go back down to the beach later.
Long day on the trails. Someone gave me this orange.
Orange, you glad to see me?
Yeah.
I'm not, brother.
For dinner, I have chicken ramen. So good.
I have pad thai. I'm on the fence. Here's what she looks like. She's spicy. It's a chili lime sriracha.
Tonight I've got the Farm to Summit green chili mac and cheese. This is my first Farm to Summit meal, so I was curious to see how it'd stack up against my other favorites. It's definitely up there. It tastes pretty fresh. It's got a little funky smell. Maybe it's just me, but the noodles rehydrated really well, and it's got a good, nice little zip to it from the chilies.
I'm gonna filter some water here. Milk the cow.
Good morning. For breakfast, we've got some gluten-free pancakes with almond butter, syrup, and honey. Good stuff.
Done.
I'm
That's what you need on a morning like this.
Do you two know the story of the Sleeping Bear Dunes in the Manitou Islands?
No.
Mama bear and her 2 cubs were swimming across Lake Michigan, and the mom made it to shore, and she was looking out for her cubs and couldn't find them, and they drowned. So each Manitou Island is one of the cubs, and then Sleeping Bear Dunes is the mom.
Sad.
But it's cute that they named it.
Poor mama.
Passing by the G.J. Hutzler farmhouse. I think 1955, 1956, something like that. Some old buildings on this island, that's for sure.
It's cool.
Passing by the island cemetery here. What's the earliest one you see?
Hey.
1847. So I was looking at the map because I was like trying to remember from last time. I felt like it did not take us, I felt like it was not 7 miles back. I just realized that the map said round trip distances. So it's only 7.4 miles round trip. So the village is the visitor center and the dock and everything. There's also another village I think we'll come across at some point, but that means we probably could have slept in another hour. But that's all right. We'll find stuff to do. We can hang out on the beach till our ferry leaves. So better to be early than late.
Yeah.
But keep that in mind if you're here. The distances on the map that you get on the island are round trip. So it's not far at all. So again, we took the longest route possible yesterday to get to Popple.
Yeah.
All right, we're pretty sure these ones you can't eat.
No, you don't eat it.
But let us know what kind of berry this is down in the comments.
This off the tree. Looks like she's ready.
You sure it's not poisonous?
A little sour. Yeah.
Aww.
They're really good when they're right here. Eat. Getting a juicy one too. Cheers.
Cheers.
Is that so good?
That's good. During our ranger orientation yesterday, he said that the fruit limit is like 5 gallons a day or something, which would be astronomical if you even pick that much. But we're on the lookout for some decent apple trees or pears, berries, anything we know we can eat.
That means we gotta be close. I'd live there.
So we're getting into some of the old farmhouses and farms, and I believe the farming on South Manitou started up in the 1940s with, I think the primary crop was rye, and they farmed it for a while because on the island here the mix of temperatures or location, winds, whatever it is, makes it for a longer growing season, so they're able to grow the crops longer. But then eventually farmers got tired of it, the labor, very intensive, so they started selling off their farms to tourism, and then that's why now there's no farming on here, it's all tourist. Oh, howdy there.
It's a fat one.
Gardener snake. Also a lot of apple trees at this farm. I don't know if that was one of their main exports or main crops as well, or if that came after, kind of after the farming they planted those.
When we drive.
We're coming across more of the old barns. Looks like they redid the roof on some of these. I know they store equipment and stuff in here, so it makes sense they got to keep it nice. All right, so we passed a placard giving us a little more information on the farming. So they grew rye, it was rosin rye, and they were contacted by Michigan State University to grow it because it's genetically modified, from my understanding, so that it produced more, and they said it produced 20 bushels an acre compared to 11 bushels an acre of traditional rye. So some reason South Manitou Island was the perfect location to grow that, so that's kind of how the whole farming started here.
Oh. 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 She's empty.
She dry.
Ain't got no flow. Passing by another one of the Hutzler houses. That seems like that's kind of the main family on this island. You sure they're not poisonous?
There's only one way to find out.
Jamie is our test.
How does it taste? Not good.
Very sour.
Are these blackberries?
Yours good?
Very sweet.
What? Oh. Maybe mine was a little pink.
Well, you know if this video gets uploaded, we're not eating
You're
poisonous
still
berries. So.
Yeah.
Seems like the ecosystem on this island consists of lots of frogs and toads, or toads maybe, gardener snakes, maybe other snakes, lots of them though, and lots of micro bears, better known as chipmunks, butterflies, birds.
Dragonflies.
I don't know if there's any bigger mammals than a chipmunk on here. Maybe some deer. They said there's a lot of deer in North Manitou.
Blackboard. That's cool.
It's crazy to think that at one point in time there was a whole community on this island. You know, they went to school, they farmed, played. It's wild.
He's been skipping no meals.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, it's been confirmed, no deer here, so I think the biggest mammal might be a chipmunk. But they talked about how a lot of the plant species that we see here we don't see on the mainland because we don't have deer that are eating them, so they can thrive here on the island. Yeah, needless to say, the Sheridan household is out of order.
It's insane.
It's huge, dude.
Memorable.
Look at that.
I mean, it's the Gucci
Look at
Mansion.
that. Oh my gosh. Wow, look at that.
Boarded up windows.
We walked extra for this view. Wow.
It's truly phenomenal.
Wow.
Worth being late.
Yeah, we're
Am I right?
In fact, we should have just come to this one and skipped around.
Well, we made a little detour to check out the last house that we haven't seen on the island, the Detour Beck house.
The detour.
Unique
And
in its own ways.
I'm just gonna say that's the house I'd pick if I had to live here, because it's
Yeah.
right on the water.
It's pretty cool.
Nice big house.
Direct access
Yeah,
The beach.
down to the beach.
beautiful view. All right, we're coming into the village now, so we'll see what time the ferry leaves. Hopefully it didn't. I didn't. I can see it, so we're good.
Veggie chorizo breakfast scramble. Look at that. It's perfection.
Bowl. It's more of a soup. It's really slapping. It's gluten-free, rice noodles.
I've got some good old-fashioned ramen for my lunch with some beef jerky bits mixed in. Note to future self, I'm trying some of Al's veggie chorizo breakfast scramble. Really good. I'd definitely be getting this for breakfast. Well, the boat is on track to leave at 4 o'clock, so we've got a couple hours to kill. We're gonna go do a little lighthouse tour, check out the visitor center, and just enjoy the last little bit of nature that we got.
Pretty sweet. I like the spiral stairs.
me too.
Yeah,
You get a good view of the It's so beautiful up here. Gorgeous up here. Look at this all day.
So we just finished up an amazing lighthouse tour, and she was telling us that that is the third lighthouse in that spot. So the first one was built a long time ago, got vandalized, destroyed. The second one was built on the house that's behind the lighthouse, but it wasn't big enough to do the trick, so then they finally built the third one that was powerful enough, and it was the very first Fresnel lens, and it was kerosene powered. So this building is the foghorn building, so they have this big boiler in here to power this foghorn when the light wasn't enough, because on a foggy day you can't see the light, so they had to have this really loud foghorn. The visitor center says there should be snowshoe hares here. We haven't seen them yet, but I believe them.
Stunning.
Me and Val are going to do one last 2-mile stretch to go see the old cemetery and the old dock, which will cross off about everything on the map.
Yeah, every single thing.
And that should be perfect timing for the ferry when we get back. Made it into the old cemetery. There's an intersection when you're crossing through Bay Campground, and you get about another quarter mile past Bay Campground. There's an intersection with this wood post, just so like some fence pickets on it. And if you turn left, then it brings you to this old cemetery with just like these weird fences around some super old headstones. You can't even read the dates on them. It's creepy. All right, somewhere around here there was the old dock. I don't know if there's nothing left of it or if we just missed it, but now we just got a mile walk back to the where the ferry is and the village. You can see it, probably can't see it on camera, but we can see it from the distance there. And just getting our toes in this ice cold water feels so good and refreshing. Another successful trip to South Manitou Island, so thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.